getting back to it, huh? This is a throwback. Let's hit it. We are back.
Wait, we've done this before.
We've done it before, but we are back. Welcome to the Pizza Podcast with Christian and Johnny. Today is about redemption. Not because of the story we're covering of Joshua, but because I've had a second chance at doing the caramel apple pizza.
What does his name mean? I forgot. Does it mean something like God saves? Does it?
Maybe.
I think it does. Continue.
We can go with it because just like God saves, I saved this caramel apple pizza from the... I don't even know what you would call it the first time we did it.
It was a failure.
It was just a straight up failure. I mean,
The title nuclear failure wasn't about nuclear failures. It was about the pizza.
It was about the pizza because that was horrific. It was inedible. That's how bad it was. But this caramel apple pizza even comes with a stuffed crust. So yes, I stuffed the crust with apples, caramel.
Yeah, Joshua, the Lord will save.
And a whole bunch of goodness. There you go.
I didn't even think of that. That's cool.
Look at that. We did tie it in after all.
Whoa.
But yes, caramel apple pizza, part 2, redemption. I think the last podcast we did was Moses' death, yeah?
Yes.
So spoiler alert, Moses
there were
is
some
dead.
tweeners. We had the Y'all Bible. And
Right. But the last chronological story, well, not
it's been
just
a while.
biblical chronology.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough one. But yes, Moses is dead.
Is it chronology or chronologically? Or is it...
I don't know. It's not a word I use often enough to know all of the different iterations of it.
Did you already say everything about this already? Stuffed every whatever?
I did, yes. Stuffed crust, we can get into it. It's going to be a little messy, but it's hot. What do you think?
It's good.
Better than the first one, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Solid. And we got our Red Bulls Spring Edition. This better stay around all year. In the South, it's pretty much all seasons all year.
Good. It's just the right amount of crunchy. The last one, a little bit too crunchy, but this one...
The last one was like concrete. Like almost hardened concrete.
God, it's so
Because I bit into it and I couldn't open my mouth again. It literally glued my teeth shut. It was bad. It was real bad. I mean...
Oh, it's so funny. I wish I could remember the quotes of what you said.
Why is it so hard? What am I eating? I feel like my teeth are going to come out.
I feel like I've been chewing in slow motion. Just
It's
like-
worse than tapping. This is not edible. Dude, my teeth are wrecked right now. There's no way I'm going to be able to brush this out of my teeth. That is good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Just kidding. Now we're talking about Joshua. Joshua was appointed by God after Moses
A
died.
little hot.
Yeah. To lead the people into the promised land. The land that God promised them. Because Moses wasn't allowed to go in. So, Joshua was Moses' assistant. Did you know that?
Basically.
No, not basically. That's what the Bible says.
Which is cool, because he was the one when, what the heck was it? They were in the tent or something, and like Moses was leaving, and then like Joshua would just stay a little bit longer.
Did Joshua get the glow too?
No. I don't think so.
Because he was in the tent with Moses too. When Moses came out of the tent, he was glowing.
Mm-hmm.
So how come Joshua wasn't glowing?
I don't know. And maybe he did, and we just don't know.
I don't know. But this is a great example of if you're the assistant to somebody, there's an opportunity for you to step up when they die.
Just gotta wait for that opportunity.
You gotta wait for it. Let that be an encouragement to you. Oh, look at that.
Speaking of encouragement.
Yeah. What a transition.
Man, it's like we took notes or something.
Joshua chapter 1, encouragement of Joshua. So
Yeah, basically, like, the Lord's like, be courageous. Like, these are
15 times.
a lot of times, which is cool. Yeah, he like relists, like, hey, promised land's yours, do this.
Be strong and courageous, for you will distribute the land I swore to their fathers to give them as an inheritance. And then, be strong and courageous, and be strong and courageous. And then, one of the things, did you have something?
I was gonna say, he says to like meditate on I don't know, it depends on your version too, like a book of laws or Torah or something. Do they have the 5 books before Joshua? Yeah. Do they have Genesis through Deuteronomy? And they're supposed to like, or do they have something else?
Well, they don't have this.
Or they just
none
have
of
the
it was
10
written.
Commandments?
None of it was written by then. It was like thousands of years later.
Well, I assume like Joshua wrote a bunch of stuff, since being Moses' assistant. He's like scribing maybe a lot of what he says. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. I'll kind of paraphrase, but Joshua gives the instructions to the people. Remember, Moses said, the Lord your God will give you rest. He'll give you the land. But your best soldiers must cross over in battle formation across the Jordan ahead of your brothers to help them until the Lord gives your brothers rest.
Yeah, like the Reubenites.
Yeah, the Reubenites.
Manasseh.
And then they answered Joshua, everything you have commanded us we will do, and everywhere you send us we will go.
Which I'm like thinking of their fathers every time they said, yeah, we'll obey you, Moses. Yeah, we'll obey you, Lord. And meant nothing.
Yeah, we know what happened there.
So I'm like, this means nothing. I don't trust them. But we'll see where it goes.
Why were their responses in like full sentences? If somebody,
Like repeating what they said, is that what you're saying?
yeah,
In a way? Like, will you go forth? And they're like, yes, we will go forth. Like in same detail that they...
yeah, like if your boss at work is like, hey, I want you to go, I don't know, inventory all this stuff, the truck that comes in for delivery. I don't even, completely applicable or not, but either way. And you were like, yes, anything you say,
I will inventory
I
the
will
truck.
go inventory the delivery truck, just as you said. And anybody who doesn't do what you say, may they die.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just like,
Yeah, sure.
yes, sir.
I got you.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like what?
Maybe it could be a
And
language thing.
it's a like Bible wide. Like it's
yeah.
like not once has a response ever been yes, sir, or okay.
Yeah. Except for like, where are you? They're like, I'm here.
Yeah.
Look,
Here, Lord. But
yeah.
but why do they always respond like that?
There's got to be a language thing. Like they're...
Is it to confirm back to them that you heard them properly? It's like repeat what I just told you, so I know
like communicating.
you received it properly.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I don't know. I just kind of like they just wasted like 2 lines of the Bible with that, and they could have just said yes, sir, and moved on. But anyway, so
I think a lot of it is a language thing though, because a lot of their words are like flowy, and it's like we would use more words to fit later. A little bit. Their words might be longer, but they like flow. Some of them, I don't know if it make that make sense.
Joshua tells the people they're going to go cross the Jordan and go into the Promised Land, and he ends up sending 2 spies.
Secret spies.
Well, wouldn't a spy inherently be secret?
Yeah, but I think it it's like secretly say it's like it depends on the translation too. I think one of them's like secret spy, whatever. I'm like, they're spies, right?
Joshua, son of Nun. Oh, so he was the son of a nun? I thought nuns couldn't have kids.
It sounds like son of a nun. You son of a nun.
Son of a gun. That's how son of a gun came up?
Here we go.
Son of a nun. Yeah, that would work.
Anytime I think of a nun, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
When I was a kid.
If you have to preface that, I'm interested to hear what you're going to say.
Well, I'll just make it super simple. When I think of a nun, the first thing I think of is what the heck is her name?
Whoopi Goldberg?
No. It's an attractive lady. I just gotta look up her name real fast. It's gonna be quick.
This is like a nun in real life?
It was no. It was a Three Stooges movie when I was a kid, so it's not like the old Three Stooges.
Three Stooges?
Kate or Katie? Kate Upton. Okay, I don't know if you know Kate Upton. She's known for being a model.
My name sounds familiar, but I don't...
She was a
Doesn't ring a
nun.
bell.
So she played a nun. And they're at like a pool or something, and then she has like a nun bathing suit that a nun should never wear. And so it's crazy every time the word nun is just associated with that now. It's probably not a good thing.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Because I associate it with Sister Act. You ever watch that movie? That's why I said Whoopi Goldberg, because she starred in the movie Sister Act.
I don't think I saw it.
She was in like witness protection, so they put her in a convent. It's an old school movie. Yeah, it's classic. But
I think of a swimsuit model.
you think of a swimsuit model, I think of Sister Act. Put in the comments what you think of when you hear the word nun. I'm curious. But anyway, Joshua was the son of a nun. Or nun is this city?
Probably his
Or his
dad.
dad?
Yeah, or both. Like his tribe and dad and town.
Yeah. So not literally the son of a nun.
Yeah. He's a guy.
We're just joshing ya. You see what I did there?
Joshua, yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
I'm on fire. So, that's stupid.
I don't really get why he's scouting the land though. Because wouldn't it? Like
Why
it's
wouldn't
promised.
you scout the land?
Like it's promised you.
Yeah, but you still gotta kind of figure out how you're gonna
Isn't
go
that like
into it.
Shouldn't that be like a trust thing? Like God says, yeah, it's yours. Go. I'm like, well, hold up, Lord. Let me make sure it's okay.
Let's peek first. You know what? That's a great point.
Yeah, I just don't get that. But okay. But I think this story is actually interesting, which I didn't realize until I reread it after reading it for the first time for this episode, and then recapping toward the end. Super similar to the story of Lot. Did that ever ring a bell?
Mm-mm.
So like Rahab and Lot are like super similar, to where there's the two angels for Lot go into Lot's house, and then the town comes. Hey, where are these people? Two guys go to Rahab. I might be skipping ahead a little too far, but
You're skipping ahead, but I like it. We'll
It
cover it. We're almost there.
yeah.
But I do like.
Cool. The Bible does that a lot, and there's things that, like I said, this was after I reread it again. I'm like, what else am I missing? Like, there's so many similarities for what's happened. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, it does say Joshua, son of Nun, this is chapter 2, secretly sent 2 men as spies.
Was it secretive though?
Well, who was he keeping the secret from? His own people, in case they were traitors? Like, hey, only the people in this tent are to know that these guys are going out to look.
I didn't think about that.
He must have assumed that there might have been traitors in the midst, because obviously nobody in Jericho knew they were spies.
That's not true. Because
Well, they did. They went and told the king, didn't they?
it's like a couple verses later.
Never mind.
It's like
So,
it's like secrets
so who
out.
knew the secret?
Yeah, it's weird. I'm like, either they just sucked at being secretive. Wait, this is another funny idea. So I don't know what we said. These spies, they go to Jericho, they go to Rahab. Rahab's a prostitute. So terrible brain. And have you ever watched Archer?
Yes.
So I'm reading this spies going to a prostitute's house. These guys are Archer. Like, dude. Why are they how is the secret blown? Archer. Because he's terrible. He's like, oh, I'm the greatest. Like telling, oh yeah, I'm a spy. Like, okay, like now I know you're a spy. Goes to a freaking prostitute's house. I don't get why they how and why did they end up at Rahab's?
That was one of my questions, actually.
Yeah.
Because in all of Jericho, maybe because it was the first door they came across, because she literally lived in the wall. So they probably just walked through the gate and were like, let's try here.
Maybe.
Or she was out front and they walked in and they said, let's try here.
I did double check the ESV because I read Home Christian first. And so I don't know if you remember, what the heck was it? What was it when it said, and he went into her?
Oh, there's a lot of times when it does that, I think, but
So
I remember that.
So ESV does not say it says they went into her house. So, just thought that was, I had to check. I had to check.
Well, that's good that you took the time to confirm that.
Bro, I'm just wondering, I'm like, why are they here?
Clarify it for the viewers, it's all good.
Yeah.
Joshua secretly sent 2 men as spies. I don't know who he was keeping the secret from.
No.
If anybody knows, feel free to comment.
And it didn't work.
Go and scout the land, especially Jericho. So they left and came to the house of a prostitute named Rahab and stayed there.
So do they even go to the other places of the land and they're just like, especially Jericho? I'm going to do just Jericho and maybe that'll check off the box about.
Well, they looked at the rest of the places on the way to Jericho. They're just like looking around. But yeah, there's no other, like, oh, they went into the city and they scoped it out and then they ended up at the prostitute's house. Why the prostitute? Why no other names or anything are listed? I don't know. But
well, you probably do know because she's important because she's in the lineage of Jesus. So it's probably some orchestrated thing.
divine intervention kind of deal?
Yeah.
Perhaps. But, I mean, she was the first house in the city. Like,
She was in the wall.
It says she lived in the wall. That's why she had the window.
I'm sure there's others in the wall too.
It's kind of like a cabin on a cruise ship where you get the balcony.
Mm-hmm.
So
You gotta get the balcony.
100%. Don't even go on a cruise ship if you're not going to get the balcony.
Yeah.
But do you think she got to choose where she lived? Like, do you think that was prime real estate in Jericho? Like, you pay extra to be in the wall with an outside view?
For like business, she like started in one location and worked her way up to the wall house,
Maybe.
like a penthouse.
I wonder if they got to pick, or if they got assigned, or they bid on it, or like, how were the places in the city that you lived acquired? Was it like today where you just go in, you're like, oh, this is vacant, all right,
And you bid for
I'll take it.
Or yeah, whoever owns it, you like, I want to buy this, and they're like, it's a transaction. I mean, it all starts with whoever built it. It's theirs, in inheritance, and then yeah.
I'm curious. So they went to Rahab. Then some people went to the king and said, there are 2 dudes here in Rahab's house that are spies.
Somehow.
So the secret's out.
They don't even have Wi-Fi. They don't even have cell phones.
No, they're just very astute.
They don't even have walkie-talkies,
Nothing.
which I just learned about today.
Yeah. Which is pretty sweet. So yeah, I don't know. How did the secret get out? Did they just look like spies? Like they were just so terrible? Like one guy's like writing stuff and drawing maps, and the other guy's got like binoculars, just looking around.
I'm telling you, I'm thinking Archer.
Yeah, so they weren't very good. Somebody went to the king. It just says the king of Jericho was told. Doesn't say who. So then the king sent word to Rahab to bring the guys out, and she said they left right before the gates were closed.
She freaking lied.
She did. She was a liar and a prostitute.
Was lying bad?
If she didn't lie, they would have been dead. Joshua's plan would have been over.
Yeah.
But were they even supposed to be there? Because it would be. I was gonna say like, well, God's plan wouldn't have worked then if she did if she told the truth. But God could have been like, I never told you to go, so that's on you.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Is lying bad? I don't know. Ask Rahab. Ask the two spies. But, you know.
I mean, I guess it's got to do with intentions. Because the commandment isn't thou shalt not lie. It's false witness,
Yeah.
which I think is different.
It's different. Lying isn't good in general practice. But if, I don't know. I can't say on camera.
It's in the Bible. Lying's okay.
I would say pray about it.
Oh man.
It's like the default answer for everything.
Yeah, just pray.
Just pray about
Yeah,
it.
just pray.
Okay. So she did lie. She lied to the king and said that the two guys went out right before the gate closed for the night, and
It's like, oh, you can find him if you go.
if you hurry, you can catch them.
And then the gates close. Like, is there after they left? After the.
Yeah, the gates were closed. They opened the gate, let the guys out, and then closed the gate again. But the guys were under a bunch of flax stuff on the roof, so she had hidden them on the roof. The cities like that, do they all close their gates at night? Like, were they on curfew?
Probably because they had like watchers and stuff too. So they probably, it's probably
So you weren't-
wild animals and stuff. Yeah, you close the gate.
So you weren't allowed to leave?
Probably like special permission. And then like
So it's prison.
it's a community, a gated community. So if you
That
have
forces
the code,
you to stay inside.
if you have the code to the gate, you can get out. And the code would probably be like a seal from
Everybody
the king.
in the community should have the code to the gate. So I don't know.
Mhm.
But yeah, so she lies. She makes a deal with the guys that says, I saved your life, so I will
Leave my
continue. I'll continue to protect you, and
Sounds like a lot, right?
yeah, if you spare my family.
Mhm. Mhm.
And they were like, okay, if you get all of your family in your cruise ship penthouse apartment, when we take the city and put a scarlet, was it a thread or scarf or something?
I think it was a thread or cord or rope or something. Thread.
Thread. How do they see a thread? I thought it was thread, but if you think about it, how are you going to see a
Does that symbolize anything to you also?
Jacob and
This is
Esau?
No. You're thinking of the scarlet thread for the other twins.
Oh,
That
yeah.
came out similar.
Yeah. I always get them mixed up.
It's like Perez and something. They're fun.
Yeah.
It's Judah's kids.
Yeah. So
it's like the Passover, like the blood over the door. So you pass over, don't kill this house, don't kill this window.
don't kill this window.
Yeah.
Spare the window,
Spare the
destroy
window.
the city.
Yeah.
So they agree, as long as everybody in her house will be spared, but if they go outside, it's on them. So she lets the spies down from her window with a rope, and they go back to Joshua. Tell them what
wait
happened.
3 days in the wilderness, or they're hiding out for like 3 days, I think.
Do they? I must have missed that part.
In what was it, the hillside or something?
She let them down by a rope, since she lived in the house that was built into the wall. Go to the hill country so that men pursuing you won't find you. Hide there for 3 days until they return.
Yeah.
Nice attention to detail, Johnny.
Yeah. There's a place called, I don't want to say that word. I don't even know.
Shitteth?
Oh, you're saying
Shittim? Shittim.
Yeah, whatever.
Shittim.
I thought you're the only Christian.
I do.
And that's what it still says that? Because mine translates it automatically into acacia grove or acacia trees. Which is a lot more PG.
I don't know. Well, in the NIV and ESV it says shittim.
It's in the first verse of chapter 3.
Joshua started early next
Grove.
morning and left the acacia grove.
Yeah, it's a lot more PG.
Subparagraph D, or left shittim.
Yeah, I don't like that word.
So they put it in the.
I don't like that word.
That's funny that the acacia grove. Sounds like a subdivision.
Mm-hmm.
Watch, one's gonna pop up now.
Cool.
Right down the street. So yeah, they took that out and put another fancier title, and then put it in the index notes at the bottom. That's funny. So yeah, so they hid 3 days in the hill country, then went back to Joshua. Then they start going in and crossing the Jordan. Joshua tells the people to wait for the priests with the ark, follow the ark, but stay 2,000 cubits behind it. Would you happen to know how far 2,000 cubits is?
I don't remember, but it's in there.
It says it?
Yeah. Home and Christian. No, it's probably cubits.
In the index it says 2,000 cubits.
Yeah. So in reading it in Home and Christian, it goes into. Yeah.
Keep a distance about 1,000 yards. The other two Bibles say the cubits, and then you got to kind of do the math. Keep yourselves 1,000 yards between yourselves and the ark.
This says about, right? Or
About, but keep a distance of
Well, it probably
about
says about because of cubits. So it probably just says the cubits.
about 1,000. But 1,000 yards?
Well, about
That's-
2,000 yards. How do you?
That's
how do
10
you?
football fields.
It's
dude.
far. Like, how do you measure that? What if you're like 1 yard to 1 cubit?
Burn up. Oh, he wasn't about.
Thankfully, it
1,000
does say about. Yeah.
It does say about. So
So it just
you
gets
could,
hot. Like, oh, I'm getting hot. Oh.
You feel that radiation?
Yeah.
But 1,000 yards?
It's far.
That's a pretty significant distance. They end up going to the Jordan. As soon as the priest's feet step in the water, it parts the waters again. Second time in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
So Moses in the Red Sea.
Yeah.
Now Joshua in the Jordan.
This time there's only one wall though.
Just the upstream wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, downstream just stops, upstream just piles up.
What is, you think there's like, was it salmon swim upstream? They're like trying to like, oh no.
It could be.
Poor guys.
I know. Where'd they end up? They went all that way just for that?
Yeah.
That stinks. When I initially read this, I was asking, like, why? Like, why part the Jordan? Like, did they not know how to swim?
It's like, it can be like 10 feet deep. Which, well, that's a lot of people swim, and you gotta bring the ark.
And it was flood season, yeah. So, I mean, I'm like... And then, towards the ends of the chapter, it says that it was to display the power of God and make people know that...
Which is much like just the whole Red Sea.
Red Sea, yeah.
God was very much like, this is so people know me.
So, the Jordan separates, the upstream just piles up. They walk across on dry ground, and as soon as the priests' soles of their feet hit the other side, all the water comes back. And it said it was during flood season too, so it like specified that the waters were higher than.
Did they get higher and higher as they're like it stops and you start walking, but there's still more water coming, so it's like getting higher because the water's still like it's coming from somewhere, right? Where the water's coming from?
Yeah, it has
So
to.
it's just over time, it's just like oh god, like you're just watching it, like oh my god.
It just keeps building up.
Yeah, that would be so crazy.
It
To be a priest with
block
the
out the
ark,
sun.
that would be awesome.
So the Jordan parts, they cross, then it closes again.
And then the Lord instructs them to make like a memorial out of stones, and I love a good memorial.
12 stones, one from each tribe.
I was
And
a little confused on. It's like
It
you
says
have-
they're
you have
there
the
to
12
this
guys.
day, but
You have the 12.
I don't know about that.
Well, it says
Chapter 4 is the memorial stone.
Yeah. It says the 12 guys each get a stone from
Yes.
the river and take it to where they're going, right, for a memorial, so that they can tell the children, hey, when the kids ask, hey, what is this for? You teach your children about this is what the Lord did for us.
Mm-hmm.
But then it got a little bit confusing because then it says also Joshua, and the way it worded it, it sounded like he gets stones and puts them in the river, exactly where the priest stood. But I'm like, maybe that's just a weird almost like a mistranslation. And it was just maybe a tense thing where it's like Joshua commanded them to get rocks from the Jordan. But it sounds like Joshua himself puts rocks back in the Jordan.
It says Joshua set up in Gilgal the 12 stones they had taken from the Jordan. He said to the Israelites, in the future, when your children ask their fathers, what's the meaning of these stones, you can tell them Israel crossed the Jordan on dry ground. So I don't know. That's towards the end of chapter 4. And it says, for the Lord dried up the water of the Jordan till you had crossed over, just like he did the Red Sea. So all the people of the earth may know that the Lord's hand is mighty, and so that you may always fear the Lord your
And
God.
then, so verse 9, so it's like they do that, the guys get the stones. And then verse 9.
Oh, Joshua also set up 12 stones
And
in the middle of
so
the Jordan.
yours says also, ESV, which I read Home Christian also. I read that one first. But then ESV just says, and Joshua set up 12 stones in the midst of the Jordan, in the place where the feet of the priests bearing the Ark of the Covenant had stood, and they are there to this day. So it sounds like he got another 12 stones and put them in the river, and those stones are in the river to this day when it was written.
Uh-huh.
I just don't think that's right. I think something with maybe the tenses, it's referring to what happened, and Joshua did this as in, the leader of some group did something, but it was really the group that did it. So Joshua got the stones, and it's got to be like this tense. Is that what? You take stones and you get different stones from where? And put them back where you got other stones from?
After the entire nation finished crossing the Jordan, the Lord spoke to Joshua, choose 12 men from the people, one from each tribe, command them, take 12 stones from this place in the middle of the Jordan where the priests are standing, carry them with you, and set them down at the place where you spend the night. You got like one guy with like a little...
Like different tribes.
Like a little-
One's got
little-
a huge,
yeah.
like a show off. I'm like, God,
You think they had a competition?
freaking rude.
Like, oh, he's got that one, I'm going to get this bigger one.
Yeah, for sure.
That's funny. Then you get the lazy guy who just picks up like a
Or
little...
like the Levites.
He's like carrying it in his hand, not even on the shoulder. The Levites. Each of you lift a stone onto his shoulder, so that this will be a sign among you in the future. They say it twice.
I say a lot twice. 3, 4 times.
Yeah, Jordan's water, therefore these stones will be a memorial. The Israelites did just as Joshua commanded, took the stones, carried them to the camp, set them down. Joshua also set up 12 stones in the middle of the Jordan where the priests who carried the Ark of the Covenant were standing. The stones are still there today. So Joshua just did his own thing for no reason.
I don't think so. I think that's maybe that's like blasphemous, but whatever. I don't.
God didn't tell him to do that.
Well, I don't think he did. I don't think he did it. That's what I'm saying. I think it's there's something messed up with
He
the.
did something.
I think it meant to say, Joshua got the 12 stones and set the memorial from the Jordan, and just the way it was worded in the original language and translated.
It says Joshua also set up 12 stones in the middle, and then there's a index here. Now Joshua set up the 12 stones that had been in the middle
See, okay.
of the Jordan,
Yeah.
where the priests who carried the Ark of the Covenant were standing.
So it's
these-
like tense. Like
So they brought it up, and then Joshua set them up. He set up the 12 stones
that came
that
from.
had been in the middle.
That's what.
Yes.
That's what I think.
Yes.
But the way the translations say it, it just sounds.
It made it, because it says also.
Yeah.
But they're not meaning like...
And even the one that's
In
don't say
addition
also.
to, they're just, yeah, it's context. So after they set up the memorial comes the pain part.
Mm.
Again, Moses with the circumcision, now Joshua with the circumcision. So,
Which is another thing, because earlier they're like, yeah, we're going to obey you. Like, why aren't you circumcised?
they were waiting for a direct order.
Like, it's like modern day Christianity. Like, yeah, we'll obey the Lord. Yeah.
Because who's going to go and do that when they're not, like, told?
Yeah.
Like, because then if they go and do it and then they didn't have to,
Yeah.
you'd be like, oh yeah, that was only for Moses. That didn't apply
Yeah.
to you guys. But, good initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. You're going to make sure that God himself tells you to do that. So all the Amorite kings crossed the Jordan to the west. Then the Lord said to Joshua, make flint knives and Well, hold on a minute. I didn't catch this the last time.
Flint knives? It's always a flint knife.
No. Flint knives, not the problem.
Okay.
Make flint knives and circumcise the Israelite men again.
Well, it's because
The new ones, right? Not...
Yes. Because the Israelite men were
like not a second
circumcised.
time. That would be horrible.
No, it goes into detail after that.
Okay.
It says because the fathers died. Because they were going to go to the promised land, but they couldn't make it. Because they're idiots.
Right.
So they died.
So these are all the children of the idiots.
That also didn't circumcise them because they were idiots.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
The way that says it though, like
You're going with double vasectomy?
Come on. I know, right? It's almost like having 2 vasectomies. Who would do that?
Oh my goodness.
With a flint knife, no less.
Yeah, and they had to wait to recover.
Yeah,
Makes
of
sense.
course. Yep,
Yeah.
definitely recovery time.
Yeah. A cool thing, that same part, it talks about those kings, their courage, like, dwindles or fails or whatever. So it's like a cool thing, like Israelites, like, be strong and courageous, and then everyone else is like, oh no. It's fun. It's cool.
Mm-hmm. And then Joshua goes up to Jericho.
Oh, mana ceases too, right? Right before them? Right before where you're at? Right after the circumcision?
Who did what?
Manna stops. Like they've been eating manna still this whole time.
Oh yeah, food from the land.
So I assume this is the first time they're eating something other than manna.
Well, they observed the Passover, ate unleavened bread and roasted grain, and the day after they ate, the manna ceased. Since there was no more manna for the Israelites, they ate from the crops of the land of Canaan that year.
That's a lot of manna. Like their whole life you're eating manna.
I bet they were happy to eat something else.
Or is it like a kid, like, what is this? Ew. Like, give me my manna. Manna!
I want
Manna!
manna. I'm sure there are people that whined about it.
Of course.
There's always people that whine.
This is the Israelites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when Joshua got near Jericho, he saw a man standing in front of him with a drawn sword.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Are you for us?" And he's like, "Are you for us or against us?" He said, "Neither."
No. Yeah.
Like, I like that response. It's like,
pretty cool.
how can you... Is he just like impartial? Like, hey, if you die, you die.
I think it's the angel of the Lord.
Well, yeah, it is, but...
Does it say that? I don't think it says that. It's just like commander.
Neither. I have now come as commander of the Lord's army.
Commander. So I think it's like the angel of the Lord before all this. The one, in similar wording, appears to Balaam, like a drawn sword.
That's just, I don't know. It messes with my mind.
Yeah. I don't know how I would take it. Like,
because...
if you're not for me, you're not for me.
Right? And like, he was there because
No,
God...
It's like, oh, do you not like it? It's like, I don't not like it. I don't like it, but I don't not, I don't dislike it. Does it, like, not liking something doesn't mean you dislike it. It's like a neutral.
Yeah, but Joshua and the people were there because God ordained them to be there and commanded them to be there. So for the commander of the Lord's army to go, I don't care. Like, are you for us or for our enemies?
Well, it's the same thing
Neither.
as, was it, I don't know if it was during the Balaam time where the Lord was saying, go here, go here, go here. And the angel of the Lord was like trying to kill him. And the donkey was what kept saving him. He's like, go here. And then the angel was trying to kill him. I was like, I'm so confused.
The angel of the Lord is just... he's not doing whatever he wants. It's like, I don't care. Just get in my way, I'm going to kill you. But yeah, that's pretty cool.
Like drawn sword. He's not just...
No, his sword's out. Like, he's ready to use it. So that's why if somebody was standing in front of me with a sword, I'm like...
Like, he's like...
Are you for me or against me? Neither. Well, I'm just going to kind of... I'm going to stay 2,000 cubits away, if you don't mind.
So he like bows down and pays his respects or worships him.
He bows down with his face to the ground and worship.
Yeah.
And then asks, like, what do you want?
Yeah.
And then it says, remove your sandals because you're on holy ground.
Which is, that's cool.
And that's how chapter
It's
5
like a-
ends.
It's like a callback to the burning bush.
Yeah, this is like, it's the same story with a different cast.
They all are, bro. It was like, there's things similar with Noah and Lot. I just don't remember what they are. I think there's everyone dying.
That can do it.
Oh, and then the Ark of the Covenant going through the river is like, maybe the Ark in the flood, Noah's Ark in the flood.
That might be a
It
stretch.
might be a stretch, but it also might not be.
Yeah, that might be a stretch.
There's a lot of cool stuff.
There is.
There's one actually recently I was reading, and I'm pretty sure it just hit me. Maybe I knew it and forgot it, but it was Judah and Joseph. Joseph, the one who got thrown into the pit and sold into slavery.
Yeah.
So Judah, the other brother, Judah was the one that's saying, "Hey, let's sell him into slavery." And so Judah, so New Testament, Jesus and Judas. Judas, like a variant of Judah. Jesus and Joseph, I think, are also like a variant, very similar. And they both sell the other. It's different, like it's like 20 shekels and then 36 shekels, I think. But inflation, it's like 2,000 some years.
You put a lot of thought into that to try and tie those together.
It's not that much thought. There's just a lot of
You're
stuff.
a biblical conspiracy theorist.
I don't think it's a conspiracy.
Well, okay.
Like, what are the chances? They're like variants, names of each other.
Coincidence?
What do they say in church? There's no coincidences with God.
That's true.
Bro, it's the same story over and over again.
I feel like
And
it is.
Man keeps failing.
But Moses didn't break down any cities. Would have been cool if he did.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
Because he friggin' broke down a rock.
he broke a rock.
He's supposed to strike it once, he struck it twice, I think.
He
And
was
that's
supposed
why
to
he
speak
couldn't-
to it.
Because then he would be
He wasn't
here.
even supposed to strike
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
He was supposed to just speak to it.
He would have been there. He would be the one right here if
And
he didn't do that.
He struck it because
That
he was
one
angry.
thing. Yeah.
I know that. I don't want to get into that.
That's crazy.
I don't think Moses was treated justly.
That's blasphemy
Out of
right there.
everything he did. No, this is real talk. If you read everything he did, putting up with all the people praying for them, standing in on their behalf, time after time after time, because they were so dumb.
Yeah.
And then he makes one mistake out of anger.
Yeah.
And that's it?
That's
Where's the forgiveness?
it. Well, the forgiveness is later when Jesus comes. So. Yeah, I
How
get
come-
it. I understand.
How come Joshua or Aaron didn't plead on his behalf to God? Like,
Yeah.
hey God,
Yeah.
we know you told Moses he can't go in, but come on, like,
Yeah, dude.
forgive him?
Lot's pleading for Sodom and Gomorrah. Was it Lot or Abraham? Abraham was pleading.
Abraham.
Yeah. And it's like 50, 40, 30. Like he was pleading
Yeah, he
hard.
bartered all the way down to like half.
Yeah. That's
So-
funny.
So nobody pleaded for Moses. Moses didn't even plead for
Could have
Moses.
been.
He couldn't even plead on his own behalf. Like,
I'm sure he did.
that's what upsets me about Moses. It's like
It's
I don't
upsetting.
think he deserved to go out like that.
It's upsetting.
It says Jericho was strongly fortified because of the Israelites, because they were scared. Like no one was leaving or entering. Like it was completely on lockdown. So
Like it's a lot of Israelites coming. I
yeah.
don't remember the number, but it's a lot.
So then the Lord told Joshua, like, I handed you the city. Just do this, and he has him walk around the city once a day
For 6 days.
for 6 days. And it didn't take all day
No.
to do it
Because
because
it couldn't. Because if it did, then you can't do it on the 7th day. Because
Yeah.
you have to do it 7 times. That but it took all day. Because I was trying to think, I'm like, what do you do for the rest of the day?
they go back and rest,
You just chill.
practice their
'Cause
instruments.
there's also one part where I don't know. It could have been the 7th day one where Josh was like, don't say anything. He's like, don't make a peep. So I'm like, is that just during the march or is that like Let me find it.
No, that was on the seventh day.
It's just the 7th day where he says, don't say a thing.
Yeah, so it says, the Lord told Joshua, I handed Jericho, its king, and its best soldiers over to you. March around the city with all the men of war, circling the city one time. Do this for 6 days. Have 7 priests carry 7 ram's horns, trumpets. But on the 7th day, march around the city 7 times. So, yeah, if it took a full day, they wouldn't make it.
No.
Unless they were running. Like, well, come on.
That'd be hard to do with the trumpets.
While the priests blow the trumpets,
Continuously.
when there's a prolonged blast of the horn, you hear its sound, have the troops give a mighty shout, the city wall will collapse and the troops will advance. So Joshua summoned the priests, told them all that stuff.
They do that the first day, and
Then-
the second day they do it again, and they do that for 6 days.
Okay, while the trumpets were blowing, the armed men went in front of the priests who blew the trumpets, and the rear guard went behind the ark. But Joshua had commanded the troops, do not shout or let your voice be heard. Don't let one word come out of your mouth until the time I say shout. Then you are to shout. So the ark was carried around the city, circling it once. They returned to the camp and spent the night there. Got up the next morning, same thing. So, I think they...
So you can't talk at all
You
for
can't
7
talk.
days?
You can't
Until
talk.
he says...
Well, maybe just during the march.
Well, he says you shall not shout or make your voice heard, neither shall any word go out of your mouth until the day I tell you to shout.
Mine says until the time I say shout.
Still, he doesn't say shout until 7 days later.
Joshua got up early the next morning. 7 priests, trumpets were blowing, armed men in front of them, rear guard went out.
So
The
they,
second day they marched around the city, returned to the camp, did this for 6 days.
for real, are they not talking all day, every day until they're told to shout?
I think so, because it says early on the 7th day they started at dawn and marched around the city 7 times in the same way. That was the only day they marched around the city 7 times. After the 7th time, the priests blew the trumpets and Joshua said to the troops, shout. So was it to save their voice, so it would be like strong? Because if they were shouting
I
for
don't
7
know.
days, they might be like, ah!
Yeah, but have you tried to shout after not talking or saying anything for a long time? It's like you gotta warm up.
No, I have not gone 6 or 7 days without uttering a word. I'm married, that's not possible. I have kids, also not possible.
Not possible. You gotta like warm up your vocal cords. You gotta jack yourself up.
Bro, how hard would it be, like, to be married with kids and not be able to say a word for 7 days? You can't say no, don't touch that, don't hit your brother.
No. What happens if you talk? Does he say? No.
They just listen.
So it's just like a stern, like, please listen to me. If you don't, it sucks, but just...
Who's gonna test him? You know, I wouldn't want to be the guy to...
I wouldn't put it past the Israelites to test it.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. So after the 7 times on the 7th day, they shouted, the walls fell. Only Rahab the prostitute and everyone with her in the house lived. Everybody else, everything else got killed. And then all the bronze, iron, gold, all that stuff was taken for the Lord's treasury.
He like specifically says like, you can't have it. Which I, in my own head, I don't know. It might not be true, but I think it's because it's like, you guys can't have it because you're just gonna make another freaking gold calf. Freaking...
Yeah, I know. Idiots. I can't trust you with the treasury.
You got all the gold from Egypt, and you... Wait, is that one?
Well, no, they got all the gold from the Egyptians.
And that's when they made the golden calf, right?
And then they pooled it all together.
Yeah. So this time they're getting the gold, and he's like, yeah, it's
And
not
then
for you.
Aaron said, "No, we just threw it in the fire, and
Yeah.
it just formed itself.
Yeah. So this time he's like, yeah, it's not yours this time.
We're not doing that.
Yeah.
We're not revisiting that." So yeah, they went in. They destroyed everything in the city with the sword. Every man, woman, both young and old. Every ox, sheep, and donkey. Rahab and her family were spared. The Lord was with Joshua, and his fame spread throughout the land.
And yeah, before that he curses the place if anyone rebuilds it.
At that time, Joshua imposed this curse. The man who undertakes the rebuilding of this city, Jericho, is cursed before the Lord.
And I haven't read it yet, but someone does later on in Kings try to rebuild.
Really? Did he lose his firstborn?
Yep.
No way.
Yep.
Sick.
I don't remember his name. Your Bible might actually tell it, like in a footnote.
The man who undertakes the rebuilding of this city, Jericho, is cursed before the Lord. He will lay its foundation at the cost of his firstborn. He will finish its gates at the cost of his youngest. And the Lord was with Joshua and his fame spread to. So you're going to lose your oldest and your youngest. So the middle child's good.
Yeah. For middle children, they have a lot of children back then.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So you only lose 2. You're fine. I think that's why they had a lot of kids back then. Put them to work in the family.
They expected a couple to be picked off somewhere along the way
Yeah.
for the sins of the father.
Yeah.
It's true. There were so many family members that died because of the dumb things their parents did, or their husband. Like the guy that stole he hid the treasure in his tent. I can't remember his name, but
Was it Korah? Was it the son? Because then it's the sons of Korah in Psalms.
I don't remember. But him and his whole family.
I think it was the Korah.
Him and his whole family remember the earth opened up.
Mm-hmm. Swallowed him. Yeah.
Swallowed him. Him and his family, his kids, and everything.
And I think that was also when, I don't know if it was Caleb or someone else, went into the tent and like killed the guy for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then that happened after that.
Like in Daniel. Remember the priest that lied to the king and tried to like talk them into like setting that rule where you can only worship. And then after Daniel survived the lions, the king realized that the guys set him up, and then he took them and their wives and their children and threw them in the lion's den. And it says that the lions crushed their bones before they even hit the ground.
Yeah, because there was like the kids are in there and the lions are like,
yeah,
just crushing their bones.
Beach balling them. Yeah.
Ow.
Yeah, so there's so many people that got killed innocently because their parents were dumb.
Yeah.
That's the Bible for you.
That is the Bible for you.
Well, that's Joshua 1 through 6.
Jericho, yeah.
Jericho.
So it sounds good. They got to where they're going. They're doing great. They're on the up and up. Can't go wrong. I don't think.
Well, they took a couple creative liberties with God's instruction, but apparently it wasn't enough to punish them for it.
It's a pretty little ending we got here. So the Lord was with Joshua and his fame was in all the land. Like they lived happily ever after, basically. There's more. We'll get to it, but it sounds like they lived happily ever after. So.
Yeah, up to that point.
Yeah. What could go wrong?
Podcast over.